It's been a while, Arlecchino. You look well. Did Dottore really have to build his lab right on the sole path between Snezhnaya and Nodkrai? Had to go on a huge detour to stay out of its line of sight.
Sounds like an arduous journey. I assume you've brought word from Her Majesty?
Of course, all part of the job. Firstly, the Tsaritsa has authorized Fatui Internal Affairs to review Dottore's case. They will reach a formal verdict on whether he has turned traitor and whether he poses a threat to Snezhnaya. While they're working on that, I've been ordered to come and receive the refugees from Nodkrai.
They are nearby. My team will escort you to them shortly.
Great. Aside from that, Her Majesty has a message for you and Sandrone personally. Huh? Where is Sandrone?
She stayed behind to work since I was making the trip anyway. It seemed sensible to have one person on standby at base while the other came out to meet you.
All right, guess that's just how she rolls. In that case, tell her that the Tsaritsa's decree this time is pretty awesome sounding. I think she'll like this one. Still, I wonder what... Wait, what's that? Did one of our troops turn into a monster?
Take him out. Laid bare.
No time to lose.
Witness my rise. Pitiful. Oh.
You've gotten stronger, Arlecchino. Nice.
Stop that right now. I appreciate the praise, but I am not fighting you today.
I knew it. Shouldn't let your guard down. Amateur mistake. No time to lose. Amateur mistake. Who's next?
Transfixed.
I can't believe it. He was a living, breathing human one moment, and the next?
Another fine piece of work by our dear...
What in the world has been going on?
A lot. But long story short, Dottore stole 2 moon marrows that should have belonged to Columbina, then built a 3rd moon marrow of his own to concentrate the Trilunar Authority in his hands.
What? What do you mean he built a moon marrow? People build roads and houses, not moon marrows. What's his next DIY project? He's gonna build...
You could stand to be less surprised. We are harbingers. The work we are engaged in makes the creation of gods seem mundane by comparison. I tell everyone who asks that you once crossed swords with Rex Lapis while serving as a key supporter for Rosaline's plan. But right now, You're acting like a common adventurer.
Thanks for speaking up for me. Those two really took me for a ride back then. Then again, surely no common adventurer would manage to get tangled up with them the way I did. That's gotta count in my favor, right?
It almost sounds like you wish to repeat the experience. I might have to lower my opinion of you.
No. I'll stop talking. Please, go on.
Dottore is currently still experimenting with his newfound power in ways that continue to corrode the outside world. As for the human mutation, I believe this is simply a consequence of his experiments, and not a strategic move. That radiant beast was once a subordinate of Sandrone's. I suspect he was only allowed to live so that he could become an experimental subject. Also, those of us who fought Dottore have been afflicted with a curse. As such, I cannot leave Nodcry.
This is so much worse than I thought. No wonder Her Majesty's decree is so extreme. While these exceptional circumstances persist, the Harbingers are hereby authorized to use unilateral executive powers. Should Dottore pose a threat, Arlecchino and Sandrone are permitted to eliminate him.
My thanks to Her Majesty.
Her Majesty has also declared that she will refrain from launching an attack on the now evacuated Nodcry due to the presence of unretrieved research material.
A wise decision.
By the way, how's my old partner doing?
Partner? I'm afraid I have bad news. He was captured after our failed assault in Dottore's lab.
What? Why? Since when does Dottore have a bone to pick with him?
That is indeed the question. I'm not sure he does. He must have some other goal in mind.
This won't do.
You can't. We have no idea.
What am I supposed to do then?
Sandrone is working on it. The best thing...
Fine. I guess I'll... leave...
One last thing. Tell the Rooster to get the message out to the gods and citizens of every nation in Teyvat. Beware. An uncontrollable pollution is spreading forth from Nodcry. The source of that pollution is a madman drunk on the success of his experiments. However, if Nodcry falls, things are like considering Dottore is one of our own. All Fatui stationed in Nodcry consider it our duty to stay and fight him to the bitter...
Hey, don't be too pessimistic. If it comes to it, I'm sure Her Majesty...
I hope you're right.
You're right on time.
Thanks. Hey, do you think I'll get that gliding? I made sure I was on my best behavior in Mondstadt. I landed well outside the city and...
I'll help you apply, don't worry. For now, let's see what we have here.
What are the Doctor's energy fields even made from? The usual attract and repel principles that govern Kuvok...
They are very mysterious. But ultimately, thanks to research by Master in the Hexen Circle, we know that Teyvat's 7 elements are derived from the more primordial power of the Light Realm, which is antagonistic with the power of the Void Realm. Since you have the power of the Dragon Durin within you, I'm sure you can already tell that this energy field contains no abyssal energy.
That's true. It's not abyssal energy.
I've been thinking about something. Do you still remember the device that Dory supplied from the Academia when you and Miss Columbina fought Rarier? That was one of the most marvelous feats of ingenuity I've ever seen. The design, the craftsmanship, the material selection. I couldn't fault any of it, not to mention the operating principles. Surely the most ingenious feature of all. Dory didn't go into detail on how it functions, but I have a working theory. The clue was that Miss Columbina was somehow able to use the pyro energy that you provided, despite the fact that, as a moon goddess, she should only be able to use light realm energy in principle. Now, all elemental energy is, of course, derived from light realm energy to begin with. Hence, I suspect that the device works by restoring elemental energy to its original state. This presumes a theoretical model of the 7 elements akin to that of light refracted through a prism. Perhaps it is no mere analogy. Maybe there is indeed a prism in this model. I almost wonder if the idea for the device was conceived based on direct observations of said prism. It would explain how such an ironclad design concept was achieved. It is at once a masterwork of engineering and a groundbreaking application of the Academia's latest element. I suspect only Lesser Lord Kusanali herself could have devised such an But back to the energy field before us. If this is pure light realm energy, its relation to elemental energy is one of integration versus division. Or you could say that the former contains the latter. Could this mean that elemental energy can dilute the power of the light realm?
Should we give it a try?
We should.
Ha! It worked!
Clear signs of disruption were detected at the periphery of the energy field. This indicates that elemental energy can disturb or even negate the field. Now you try.
All right. It's working!
Switch to abyssal energy and No surprises there. Abyssal power drains the energy. I now feel confident in asserting that the energy field is indeed pure light realm energy. And that
But the energy field is huge! How much?
We don't have to neutralize it completely. That's all for theory.
So you knew I was here?
Huh? When did you get here?
A while ago.
Very thoughtful of you. I'm truly touched. Could I ask you to lend me a hand?
With what?
A little test. Try using Animo to unleash a concentrated assault with circular blades, with the goal of breaking through at a singular point.
Nice! This time it tore through the field.
Tremendous. This is a major breakthrough.
Should we go through?
We probably shouldn't risk having mutually antagonistic energies in such close proximity. Durin, you stay here and watch the entrance. Hat Guy and I will go in to investigate.
Sounds sensible to me. Keep your eyes peeled, Durin.
Don't worry, I got this. You two be careful in there. Just give me the signal if you need help and I'll dive right in.
What do you mean, signal?
It's based on a new alchemical concoction I developed last month. When 2 bottles of it are smashed on the ground together, they emit a blinding burst of light. If it comes to that, remember to shield your eyes with your hat.
Glad I asked.
Like I thought. Beyond a certain distance, we can't see the opening where we came in. Maybe that's to prevent people from escaping.
Sounds like Dottore style to me. Not much has changed. Things are basically the same here as they were before the energy field appeared.
They have no heartbeat and they're not breathing. We can only assume they're dead. But there are no visible... Also, there's an animal squatting next to each body.
It's watching us. That's not an...
What are you trying to tell us?
Doesn't seem eager to talk. I guess maybe it's just an animal after all.
Let's keep looking around.
Same situation everywhere. Not a living soul in sight. Just countless bodies with animals standing watch over them.
Well, I think we can safely rule out the possibility that they're all pets.
Is skirting around the topic your way of showing consideration for other people's feelings?
Just being cautious. I don't doubt that you can handle the truth.
Careful.
Please, help us. Please.
Over there, I hear a voice.
Please. Help us. Please.
What happened here?
I don't know. I still have some of my senses left.
It looks like there's a huge experiment going on inside this. Maybe each energy field is its own giant experiment. Vile.
He's swapping human minds with those of animals. Even without the other circumstances, this would be an extremely radical experiment. Those people may have lost their sense of selves, but they are not fully animals either.
We should go. No.
Agreed.
You're back!
We saw some things that take a strong stomach.
We should share our findings with the others.
Yes? Who is it?
Miss Nefer, it's me. We found a way to break through the energy fields. With enough control. Also, we managed to take a look inside. Dottore is carrying out his cruel experiments on an immense scale. Any residents who have failed to evacuate in time will likely meet a grisly end.
Sounds like he's living down to our expectations.
Might I ask how things are proceeding on your end?
I'm just about to get started. I'll be in touch.
Understood.
I will.
Well, Nefer, I'll link up with you once my
What makes you think I'd need you to do?
I'll need it. And considering the way you approach certain matters...
Let's begin. Entering simulation mode. A vast wasteland. Is this the Traveler's inner world? I was expecting something... Wait.
What are you looking at? In that case, I want to know all about everything you've... Is there somewhere I should return to? Or should I stay here and be the hero everyone says I am? I don't dislike my current life. Roaming the land, fighting battles, accomplishing missions, earning a living, looking after Paimon. It's not so bad. I guess the only thing that's missing is that you're not here with me.
This is the conscious layer, which contains a person's true feelings.
I suppose anyone who lives long enough ends up wishing for someone who can't be there. Maybe it's the only way we can feel truly alive.
Time to delve a little deeper.
Nasha Town is hardly the optimal choice for a place to live, but it has character and a reasonable population density.
What are you trying to say?
Oh, don't be nervous. I was just thinking where might make a good starting point for your journey. Perhaps I should send you further afield. Conria, perhaps.
Conria ceased to exist along...
Once again, you fail to understand the possibilities that the Tri-Lune creates. Anything that has existed in the past, I can now recreate. You simply do not wish to see that happen. That might be because you miss your sibling and fear getting answers that you are not ready to learn. If we are to collaborate, we need to maintain an amicable relation.
Oh no.
What are you... What are you gonna do?
Don't move. Something unwanted has crept into... Oh? Gone as quickly as it came.
Did you save me?
If I hadn't cut the connection, Dottore might have caught you from the other side and destroyed you. This was a good idea, but once is plenty. You were—
Thanks, but now's not the time for...
Albedo speaking.
I think I know where he is.
What is this endless darkness? I can't see anything. Even the... What happened?
Ah, sorry about that. I take it you didn't notice. Just now, a friend of yours took a little peek into your mind.
Could it be Nefer? How did she do it?
Do you think she's aware of your current circumstances? Oh dear. Have I stunned you into silence? I only wanted to slow down your time a little so I could stop your intruder in her tracks. It would have been nice to capture the spy. I must say, I'm finding the ability to adjust the flow of time rather intriguing. The moment you closed your eyes, time seemed to grow impossibly viscous, didn't it? A whole month passed before you opened your eyes again, but only for you. No one else was affected. I dare say this is something only a god can achieve.
Point taken. You've proven once again that you have god-tier power.
Oh, you misunderstand. This wasn't about proving a point. I was testing things out. I find I learn best by doing, and I have to admit, time is not the easiest dimension to control. I only wanted to make you sleep for a short while, but it ended up lasting a whole month. Clearly some finesse is required to wield the authority over time as I wish. I hope you're not angry with me. It was only a month's discrepancy, nothing too serious. Had I been off by a year, a decade, or even a century, that would have been quite a different story.
You could have frozen me for millions of years. So much for collaboration.
Millions of years? I wonder if you don't understand humans all that well. They are very pragmatic creatures who understand only that which they can perceive with their senses. If I had you sit here for a week, I imagine people might sympathize. But if I left you here for 100, 1,000, the sheer size of that number would cause it to lose all meaning to them. They would not have the capacity to comprehend your suffering. Unfortunately, while gods do exist in Tevat, it is ordinary humans that account for most. Their lifespans are so limited, their bodies so fragile. Did you ever really hope that they could begin to understand someone like you? Your long life and unique origins make you fundamentally different from them. How long will it be before they start to treat you like the alien you are? Before you are ostracized, outcast?
Alien?
Even I feel bad for you sometimes. This world has made you into a slave. So many times you have served its will, and not once have the powers that be ever thought to grant you the one simple thing you wish for. You have been treated most. I can change that. I will grant you special privileges, and give you back the status you rightly deserve as a descendant.
I've entered the past 3 times at this point. For instance, beyond each point being further back in time than the last, what determines the specific locations at which I can make entry? So far, the common thread linking all 3 scenarios is that the Traveler has been present. But it's more than that. I know I sensed something familiar around him. What was it? I'll keep this question in mind.
Humans, you never change. Always trying to use powers you neither comprehend nor control.
This looks like Star Sand Shoal. Was this before Rerir regained his physical form?
You've messed with the cannon again, huh? Sorry.
The cannon. That's right. I was in right after that.
My body
was once torn into countless pieces and hurled into the swirling chaos of time itself. But even so, my life and will were...
I wonder if I could try to prevent it, but how would I do it?
Traveler, behind you! Look at that light!
No, I won't make it. He's using the Kuvaki shield, like I taught him. He's strong. I'm sure he can manage. But the force released when the beam impacts the shield might lead to collateral... Easy Island. The Frost Moon Scion...
A question, if I may. Kind Miss Columbina. When the cannon's Kuvaki beam was deflected earlier, I saw several bolts of energy streak toward Hisi Island, only to...
Maybe that really was me after all. Well, future me.
Sigi Sato pasa sax, niti ipotuvutos.
There's no time.
Osestikos parati.
I have to make it. Oh, Frost Moon, if you can hear me, if you can sense my call, then please, heed me once more! Did it work?
Hey, wake up. Hey, Columbina!
Oh, good.
It's 3 in the afternoon, act.
And your coffee, right? It's so bitter, but it smells lovely.
It's like you were raised by wolves in a forest or something. What did you drink growing up?
The Frost Moon Scions certainly led a more frugal existence.
Then I'll bet you've never eaten one.
It smells delicious.
That's because it's a Fontanian recipe. Rosaline will be here shortly, but if you really can't... Hey, at least let me finish before you... Or did the rules not apply to you because you're the high and mighty? Of course they are. I
was worried they might contain traces of...
What? You know, there's something I've always wanted to ask you. I mean, I'm sure they're food.
Well, life there...
What were you expecting? You're a god. Surely you can just answer a few prayers here and there in return for the free food and drink.
Well, would you help other people? Just for free? The doctor told me that you were created by a great mechanic.
The Lord Artificer. Ugh, some people can't keep their mouths.
Oh, Lord Artificer. And didn't he have something to do with...
Nazis and Kreutz Ordo.
Yes, that was it.
You must be joking. I wouldn't go even if they paid me.
Exactly. Well, I felt the same way. I did not know the people who made
What do you know? We're on the same page for once. In his later years, Alain did ask me if there was anything I wanted to do.
Who's Alain?
He was the... You know what? Never. Let me ask you this. What's...
A place where people don't ask me for things I cannot give them. I'd also like the freedom to come and go as I please.
Not to burst your bubble, but no such place exists in the world. Now, take your snacks and scram.
Did I? Of course. I dreamed of a Sandrone. I miss you back there. I guess I managed to harness all the... Time is flowing backwards here. And I can use that familiar power to enter the world of the past. That mystery ally everyone talked about. It was me all along. I can sense that there isn't much more power remaining up ahead. What lies at the end of all of this? And... will I Time to go. I wonder where I'll find myself this time. The Final Night Cemetery. This is where Flint's is based.
Or not!
Difficult, yes. But
Seems like they're searching for information. Was this my...
to expose the true intentions of this
Are my actions changing the past? Or are they simply completing a process? Is all of this inevitable? If I choose not to help them now...
Hope we don't land on our heads then.
They're my friends. I can't not help them.
Ghost!
And the other one was... here.
Hey! Another file's moving!
That should do it. Luanatar? You can sense my presence? Wait! Luanatar. So she's that familiar presence. She's always been by the Traveler's side. That explains why the Traveler has been there each time I've entered the past. But why Luanatar? Is it because she has a connection to me as the Moon Goddess's familiar? That's... I cannot sense any power up ahead. This is likely my final chance to... It's now or never. Where's Luanatar?
Seeing Enefa and Aino reunited like...
No. Stay calm. Think, Columbina. A way back, do I? Go back to Moon Prayer Night, and if I return in my current state, Dotori's actions that day prove that he'd been planning that for a long time. He had already seized the power, even if I managed to get back. How can I fight against him? I can't. If I go back like that, I have to find some way of rivaling the power. Wait. Time flowing backwards. Does that mean... I think I know what the final destination of this lunar reflection might... I know what I must do.
Speaking of homes, we must already be close to where the front...
But how do I communicate my plan? Should I write it down here? No. I need something with a close connection to me. Something I can use as a medium to... Now it makes sense. It was I who brought Luanatar into being. I gave up a piece. That's why I could sense a familiar power. It also explains why she's been present in every past location that I've entered. Because we have a deep connection.
Hey there!
And the reason why there are no more gates to the past after this point is that Luanatar hadn't been born then. No wonder I sensed the trace of a blessing when we first met. But I still didn't recognize the soul hidden within you. Back then, I was just a little lost dove.
Go on. Go on now. We've got stuff to do.
Hey, you scared it.
I'll be counting on you. Remember to stay by the traveler's side. Oh, and bring him to the garden where the moon prayer blossoms grow. There's a little lost dove there who will need his help. You too. As for mine...
How would you like to experience the thrill of never being held accountable for your action? Believe me, such a life is...
What point is he trying to make? Why would you...
The creation of a world is a god's laboratory is the perfect playground. But it needs the right occupant to explore its full potential. Mortals are found everywhere one looks. Not so with Descenders. I'd prefer my first guest to be a distinguished individual such as yourself.
So the condition for entering the new world is to take innocent lives. Could I really bring myself to kill others?
Have you made up...
I can't. Your playground is no place for me. You're putting your hopes in the wrong person. But we both know I'm not quite the hero you say I am either. I have my own reasons for the journey I'm on.
You've grown a lot since we last met. But there are... Why don't I lower my requirements a little as a gesture of goodwill? I'll give you a little time to learn to be a less noble soul. And yet you already sound less defiant than a moment ago. The benefits appeal to you because you can read the signs. Why don't we return to my research facility? Your last visit was so rushed. Now to that question,
Heroes don't attack from behind. Guess I'm no hero.
This is most disappointing. Now then. A new face. Interesting.
You're still gonna call me Hat Guy after that, huh? I didn't see anyone else in there who needed saving. It's nothing. Why are you looking at me like that? Is it that shocking that I'd come to your rescue? I owed you a favor back in Sumeru. Distracting Dottore was tough. He's not gonna fall for the same trick twice. That was my one shot. I'd hoped to use it to take... I never wanted to obliterate someone. Dotori doesn't recognize me. But his segments were originally made based on an analysis of my operational principles. I expect it's only a matter of time before he figures out what I am.
So Dotori doesn't recognize Wanderer because he deleted himself from Irminsul. Did he really miss his only chance for revenge?
Why the long face? Hey, and I'm not complaining either. Everyone would be pretty stuck without you.
How are you holding up? Hat Guy said to put safety first, so we agreed to run as far away as we could after leaving the energy field, and only meet up once it was...
You don't look injured. It seems that Dotori didn't do anything to you.
All right. Rescue operation complete. There's a lot more work to...
Understood. I will bear the Tsaritsa's degree, and I don't see what's so awesome about it, though. Does he really think everyone else is as immature as him? I'm not stooping to Tartaglia's level.
I thought you might say that. How's your progress?
Quite promising, actually. That alchemist, remember how I asked you to look up some files for me? That stuff on the Nazi-Kreuz Institute. René de Petrichor and Jakob Ingold. Alain Guillotin despised René's theories and methods, but he never managed to come up...
I thought Alain was like a father to you.
And? What would you say if Lenny and his friends one day learned something useful from someone you utterly detested?
I would applaud them for it. That would mean that they have surpassed me.
For all we know, Alain Guillotin might have thought the same thing. Not that it matters, though. Once you die, it doesn't matter how great you were in life. Only the living get to
Hey, come on out.
Huh? You're back? And your head's still screwed on?
What does it look like? Way to keep your composure, madam.
Excuse you.
Glad you're okay. Yes, it's a huge relief.
Worry? Oh, yeah.
We were worried sick.
Hey!
The Traveler and I were already friends. You are free to join this mission in whatever capacity you please. Much like your tea parties.
It's a laugh a minute with you guys.
I must say, I was quite surprised when Mr. Albedo told me he would need no additional aid.
We discussed this on our way back as well. I am rarely so unequivocal, but in this case, we had full confidence in Hat Guy.
He said he knew what he was doing. Albedo and I pretty much had to just wait outside on standby. Meanwhile, Hat Guy broke into the energy field and rescued the
You didn't have to mention that.
Well, I'm thoroughly impressed. You are
Is he back? Is he really back? Traveler! It's really you! Oh, thank goodness! Paimon missed you!
You can finally breathe easy, Paimon.
It's great to have you back in one piece! Oh, Paimon's been having nightmares the whole time you were gone!
Look at them. You know, once you reach my age, there's...
It's nothing. Same goes when you get to my age, too. I bet Aino and Anefa would be tearing up as well if they were here.
Varka, I'm not...
Oh, yeah, good point. Hey, your eyes are looking a little red and puffy. Come here.
What? Ew, no. No, thank you.
Everyone, I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused you. But the silver lining is, while I was being held captive, I learned a lot about Dotori's current capabilities.
The three moon goddesses were even more powerful than we imagined. No wonder Dottore believes himself...
Utter blasphemy.
While everyone was gone, Nefer and I made an interesting discovery. And I believe Miss Sandrone has something to share too.
Called it. Getting rid of a pesky troublemaker like her is like trying to clean up after a crumbly cake.
Our next step is to find a way to bring...
A place where time flows backwards. with no destination in sight. Surely it must have been created for a specific purpose. But I fear the answers are...
It sounds like she's on a specific path through time, just traveling in the opposite direction to us. The question is, where does that path lead? Or...
We considered that question as well. Strictly speaking, time is not infinite.
Indeed not. Every road has an end.
Nicole! You sure love...
I do, in fact. It's something I've always done at our... You wonder what lies at the end of her road. Well, just as the world has a beginning and an end, so too does time. But where Miss Columbina will end up along this road, that depends on where this particular...
What about the original moons? And
all things do. In the beginning, no moons adorned the sky. It was the Dragon King Nibelung who raised the 3 moons into the heavens. They were shadows of the planet, but then one day, they disappeared just as suddenly as they had once been brought into being.
Like I thought. No more paths back to reality, but how can I be sure that I'm going the right way without scenes from reality to keep me on track? I can't even be sure of how long I've been walking for. The further I travel, the less stable this space becomes. There are even moments they can just materialize out of thin air.
You are the moon goddess. But... Please, there's no need. I'm not interested in fighting anymore.
I find that a little difficult.
Yeah. Honestly, so do I. The way you used my own power against me was... It was a brilliant strategy. And then, in the final moment before I was thrown into this space...
Mr. Dainsleif.
Right. It was so... When I first got here, how I cursed and devoured. I tore everything here apart. But to no avail. This is the second time I've entered this space. Though I have no memory of the first. I was torn to shreds the moment I entered. But this time I survived. It must be partly because of this new body. And partly because of...
Are you the source of the abyssal power?
Not all of it. Some is from when I first arrived here and tried to destroy everything. But there was already a degree of abyssal power here, before I entered. And like a venomous snake baking in the merciless sun, it tried to slither into my shadow.
Tried to? So, you rejected it?
Yes. Because after that, the world suddenly became...
What do you mean?
The voices in my head. And then... I saw her.
Her?
Thelindis. My...
Never mentioned that she saw a memory of Thelindis leaping into the moon's reflection.
More precisely, I saw her after-image. I'm sure the real her is long gone. She was just an ordinary Conrian. Anyway, why have you come here?
If I hadn't escaped through the moon gate, my friends would have been in far greater danger.
No.
What?
You'd like to know how I know. The one who resurrected me said so. I could hear a deep lust for power in his voice. Dottore. He'd been collecting fragments of my body for a long time. All so that he could resurrect me at the moment of his choosing. I had no interest in his research. But being as corroded by the abyss as I was, we were aligned as far as hunting the moons and recovering my strength were concerned.
So that's why the Wild Hunt suddenly became so active in Nodcry. When I left the Fatui in my weakened state, Dottore must have felt that his time had come.
Moon Goddess,
What?
I know this is a lot to ask, especially from someone who tried to kill you. If you refuse, I won't. But this is the only thing I desire.
What do you want?
I'd like you to take a message to Thalindis for me.
Thalindis?
Yes, she's dead. But like I said, I saw her after image. I can sense that some part of her soul remains here.
Why don't you go and speak to her yourself?
I can't. I don't know why, but I can't move freely in this space as you can. All I can see is a glimpse of her, walking away. In return, I will clear these abyssal obstacles for you. No, not in return. I'll clear them for you, whether you want to help me or not. Yeah. Why, indeed. I'm tired of it all. Tired of the person I became. People used me. And then I turned around and started using others. I think I...
What do you wish to...
All of it. My pet.
Is it okay if I give her the abridged? Like the part where you relentlessly tried to kill...
Love demands honesty. We hid too much from each other. But there. The Abyss.
Even though Mr. Dainsleif felt he had to fight you. He said that you betrayed him. But he also felt great remorse at never having understood what you were truly going through.
Why?
Because... if he'd known that someone could take a message to you...
I know this will sound strange coming from me, but... don't die, Moon Goddess.
He kept his word. The Abyss is no longer obstructing my path. Is that Thalindis? She wasn't far off at all. And hello, Miss Thalindis.
Who are you? How do you know my name?
You can call me Columbina. I promised Rerir that I'd bring a message to you.
Rerir? My Rerir? Is he well?
He's... doing better
Better than he was, huh?
Others have had a rough time on his account too. In many cases, their time ran out because of him. And I'm not just talking about the children of the Crimson Moon.
So... things got worse before they got better.
Are you sure you wish to...
Yes. This is my opportunity to learn the truth.
I admire your courage. However, time is short. I could... Rerir had seeds of hatred in his heart, and many people nursed them for their own ends. On some level, but in the end, he came to regret his mistakes. He went beyond that. He did not say specifically what it was he wished to convey to you, but I'm sure that you've always been on his mind.
I'm sorry, Miss Columbina.
It's all right. Well, that's everything.
Oh, wait. One moment. Time flows backwards here. The road ahead only leads further and further.
I know. I intend to reach...
Without a moon marrow, without the 3 moons' power, you won't make it far. Wait, unless... Are you? Are you one of the moon gods?
You could say that.
I see. I often think to myself, if life is like a train ride, why haven't I reached the terminus? And it's not just me. It's this whole place. Wherever it is, it seems like it's existed forever. I must seem so ridiculous. I can't answer these basic questions, and yet I jumped right in here without hesitating, only to be torn apart the moment I entered by powerful energy currents. Only my soul remains now. Thinking back, I was suddenly overcome with fear and terror in that moment. Perhaps I too became bewitched by the abyss. I used to be a researcher. Revir was one of the Finster King's retainers. With me, I wanted to help him. At the time, I thought I could just go back to the day that it was only after meeting the princess that the Vinster King started going too far with his research into the abyss.
I couldn't kill the Vinster King himself, so I had to find another way to save Revir.
I'm sure it was a futile endeavor, but the abyss probably enhances the basest human desires. But I was simply too weak. Like a speck of dust against the whole universe. I know I'm never getting out of here. But you're different.
How do you plan to help me?
Have you noticed the golden energy that, based on my past research and my observations since coming here, I believe they carry you. I can share what I've learned and help you understand that. I think you just might. Now, I know. Also, I've been speculating. The documentation was scanned, but from what I know of the legends about the moons, the oldest ones seem to begin with Nibelung. I have no way of verifying any of it by this.
Understood.
I'm the one who should be thinking about Revir.
It wasn't you.
That's not true. But enough about that. I wish you a safe... and may the outside world never have to experience pain like this again. Revir, you're there, aren't... I cannot see you, because you exist in the future. I expect... But please, gaze upon the past, and then sit for a while. Let's find a place to sit down together, just like we did when we first met.
How long have I been walking? How much further till I reach the end? Is there even an end to be found? Everything's getting blurry. Huh? Are you all right, little sister? Have you come from the distant future?
So, how exactly did the moons just disappear?
The world is a vast and ancient place. On a certain scale, all life lasts for but a fleeting moment.
Miss Nicole explained that the moon goddesses likely perished in the War of Funerary Flame. The moon...
Why do their birthplaces differ? What's the...
Also, remember what Sandrone said?
Technically, the result of the scan means that 4 moon marrows were detected and positively identified as... In other words, this piece of information alone isn't enough for us to know how...
Yep. We have no way of staying up to date on whether...
But at least she's trying...
Yeah. She's as much as it... That maniac is going to devour everything in his path until he reaches us. I'll be frank. Our only hope of defeating this false god is with a real moon goddess on our side. I'm not just saying this because Columbina's a friend and I want her back safe and sound, and I know that even she was no match for him when he attacked, but I don't have a better solution.
We're not giving up on saving her.
Right. No one's trying to argue that we can only justify saving our friend because it will help save the world.
So...
Absolute.
Duh! Yes. Anyway, As for how we get Columbina back, I'd probably get there if I could continue my calculations, but the
computing power?
No, the issue isn't energy, it's processing power. There's so much data to get through that the whole process has just...
That's a tricky
René de Petrichor of the Nazissenkreuz Ordo once foretold the fate of the world. But I don't know how he did it. My guess is that he used the primordial sea's power. However, that won't work for me. His methodology was vastly different from my own. Ugh, this is so annoying. If I'd known we'd run into a bottleneck like this... Well, no, the design bureau's a bust as well.
Oh, what do we do then?
You don't get it, do you? And I need accurate results, not vague prophecies. Ahem.
Either way, we've done what we can.
Hat guy? Is he...
Let's go somewhere. You know that Dory went back to Sumeru, right?
Yeah, she mentioned...
Things aren't looking good for Notcry. She's gone to spread the word so that From what I know of Dottore, there are two possible reasons why he hasn't made a move yet. One is that he's still working through some kinks in his new powers. The other is... he wants to see how we're going to react. He'll easily devour everything eventually. The first false god he made was me. Now it's his turn. Even though my records were erased from Irminsul, Dottore's ideas haven't changed one bit. He once told me that becoming a god was like turning yourself into a hungry wolf or giant serpent to devour the moon. He's always wanted to get his greedy hands on divine authority one way or another. In the desert of Sumeru, there is a chessboard built by King Deshret, also known as Al-Ahmar. I don't know if it was a real game, but creating games and setting rules. Gods do that as a matter of course. Now he has the Trilunar Authority. His power is leagues beyond the common people. I don't think there's any point in other nations rushing to the front line. Either way, Dory will inform Lesser Lord Kusanali, and she will contact the other gods in turn. The Seven will have some recourse available. If nothing else, their protection should keep the rest of the world. So on the bright side, even if Notcry is doomed...
That's good to know.
There's a word for people who refuse to let anything go.
Maybe it sounds greedy. Battles are fleeting, but the will to fight is a long-term commitment.
Why do you always feel the need to do the right thing? I mean, who's gonna criticize you if you fail or give up?
Don't take this the wrong way, but Dottore said something similar to me. I guess the Fatui attracts people who don't believe in saviors.
Not necessarily. It's less about belief for me. I just want to know how determined you really are.
You look kinda worried.
If your arch-nemesis was about to achieve their ultimate goal...
That's true. Dottore is about to become an omniscient, omnipotent deity. Still, you're calmer than I expect.
Obviously, I have to admit that my past... Inasmuch as I want my vengeance, I know I'm not gonna... Too bad it never taught me any other virtues, though.
So, what's your...
I'll get to that. First, tell me...
Just like Paimon said.
How much do you trust her? This is a serious question.
Although she's with the Fatui, I see no...
If you... In that case, it can be solved.
How much? If I...
Sometimes you're here... Come on. Let's go talk to her.
Miss Androne, Traveler.
Hey there.
Paimon's here too! She was just helping them sort through their thing.
That was fast.
Well, you said it was urgent.
Albedo, I have some
I see. If I might ask...
I needed to predict the future of the entire world. But
I see. I'll have a look at it. Still, computing power is the real issue here.
About that, it's been sorted.
Oh, With the Traveler's help?
Actually, you're not wrong. He found the...
Was it Hat Guy?
Yeah, it was him.
Wow! Go, Hat Guy!
But where is he?
Come with me.
Hat Guy?
Hat Guy! Can you... No response.
Hat Guy mentioned that he was a puppet. It seems that his functions are currently shut down. I presume this has something to do with the solution to your...
That's right. He and the Traveler came to see me. Wait, what? You have a solution?
Would you calm down? Why do you always react so hysterically to everything?
Excuse me? How would you know?
Oh, please. It doesn't take that long to figure out that you have a temper.
Where does a mere student get that kind?
I've actually published more papers than you. Not that status counts for much. Even Paimon's applied for academia admission.
Huh? Are you serious?
See? This is why I can't be bothered to explain myself. She recognizes no one's skills but her own.
Okay, fine.
This world itself is constantly processing all kinds of information. If it's the world's future you're trying to calculate, you need a processing device.
Easier said than done. Only Irminsul can handle... Wait, is that what you're suggesting? But surely we can't just...
You should be able to tell that I...
Yeah, I noticed. The technology, though, seems pretty ancient. Very different from Fontaine.
Conrian, to be precise. I'm what they would have... Puppets need an energy source and processing power. The artisans who built them sought out the materials most suited for...
You.
The Traveler and I have talked it over. He's willing to vouch for you. So, it was built using wood from a silver-white tree. Which makes it a...
Conrian technology and Irminsul wood. Are you sure about this? A puppet without its core will cease function.
I can put two and two together.
I won't lie to you. This has never been done.
Doesn't matter.
Did you two actually talk this through?
Yes, we discussed it. Let's give it a shot, shall we?
Honestly, I have no clue where this kid even came from. But for whatever reason, I'm very close to finishing my calculations now, and the core is currently in use. So I'm sorry, but I can only show you a sketch right now. This is what the core looks like.
A silver-white branch. It's...
Is Hat Guy gonna be okay?
He's not gonna die, right?
In theory, he should be fine. Beyond that, all I can say is that I'll try my best to avoid risk and make sure that...
I think I know why you called us here now. Someone needs to...
Correct. He said that the only...
He will have our undivided...
Aww. On a more positive note...
The worst-case scenario with the core removal is either a system reset or a total loss of function. But I'm not afraid. A quiet death? A core is completely... But in the end, it turns out the core was more useful to me. Pretty funny when you think... Do you think there's any difference between a puppet and a human? I have already experienced both a past life. Part of me wonders whether I...
Sanjoni will succeed, won't...
She will.
That's right.
Call me Sonnet. You have the same power as Canon.
Sonnet. So, you're the goddess of the iridescent moon?
Oh, goodness. You recognize me?
Columbina. Columbina hyposelenia.
Hyposelenia? What?
It was a joint effort between me and my
friends. You...
Huh?
Oh, sorry. You must be exhausted. I apologize.
hang in there.
Do you mean the other two moon goddesses?
Wow, you sure know a lot. Hey. Oh, I guess that wasn't the best question to ask. It's alright. We were prepared for that possibility. You could say we were too prepared. I can't even remember how long my sisters and I have been here by this point. When did you get here? How long has it been?
I can't say for sure, but it feels like it's been forever.
I see. Are you feeling alright? You look a little unwell.
I can hold out a while longer.
We don't have far to go. The place where my sisters and I are based is just up ahead. Don't worry, they're both really nice. I'll introduce you. Sisters! I'm back! And look who I've brought with me! It's our lovely little sister, born in the far future.
The pleasure is all mine.
Allow me to introduce you to Columbina Hyposelenia. This is Arya, the goddess of the eternal moon. And this is Canon, goddess of the frost moon. Canon, don't you think Hyposelenia's power is similar to yours?
Hello, Columbina. I apologize for our startled reaction just now. And please, forgive our little sister.
It's fine.
You seem shy. Don't worry, Columbina Hyposelenia.
Could you tell me where here? Please.
My dear sister, this is where Tevat's original ruler, the Dragon King Nibelung, imprisoned the moon goddesses.
What? You're scaring her.
No, I'm fine, please.
Nibelung, our original master, created us in the distant past to maintain Tevat.
But he left this world and traveled into the dark universe beyond, to explore worlds vaster still.
Day and night, we fulfilled our duty in the heavens, until the day that the first descender arrived.
The great ruler of the firmament.
The heavenly principles.
Is that what later generations call them? I see. But we did not reject them at first, nor did they seem to harbor ill intent towards this world. We coexisted in peace.
Slowly, however, we came to realize that our guest had a growing...
And you didn't stop?
No. There was an order to the rules they set up that Nibelung never taught us. We wanted to know if this order would bode good. All right. Canon and I wanted to know. Sonnet was against it from the outset.
Later, we discovered that this great ruler of the firmament bore an almost paranoid hostility toward the desire of certain life forms to seek power. Or perhaps they feared them. They would even cast down celestial nails as manifestations of their power, to punish the civilizations of the world below.
Only this was far beyond mere punishment.
Right. Their rules brought order, but the price people paid for merely testing the limits of those rules was far too great. I did everything in my power to help the punished escape catastrophe, but still...
The ancestors of the Frost Moon Scions were some of the ones you helped.
But just when we had decided to take countermeasures, The Dragon King, Nibelung, returned.
And so began the war.
So, that's the name the world gave that war in the future.
Well, who won in the end? As far as I know, the Heavenly Principles won. Although it came at a great cost. They and the world's original master, the Dragon... and what of the moons?
You can tell us the truth, Columbina. We know we are but remnants of a bygone age.
Only the Frost Moon remains. But it has been cast beyond the false firmament by the Heavenly Principles. The eternal and iridescent moons were both shattered during the war. So death finally came for us. But you're still here.
A moon goddess cannot live without her moon, Columbina.
She's right. That's why I began to disappear. Because the Frost Moon is cut off by the false sky. How much worse it would have been if it were outright destroyed.
Our souls may endure within this lunar palace, but if our moons are destroyed,
then we shall disappear the moment we depart from it. I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize to us. If anything, we owe the world an apology. If only we'd decided to act sooner.
All the more reason not to spend this time in regret. Instead, we should focus our efforts on how we might help our future sister.
Sorry?
Don't you see, Columbina, your story is not yet over. Is that not why you are here?
It's done. Initiate numerological array. Continue running primary process. Calculate the world's fate through extrapolation. And identify nodes of secondary process. Scan for moons. Still 4. The number of moon marrows hasn't changed. Wait, let me think. Is it possible that there's something I've been misunderstanding about? I know where potential variables within the world come from. So what about the moons? Like their life or death, for instance. What if being alive or dead makes no difference to a moon? But that's so strange. Even immortal gods can die. Why would the moons... Wait! If alive or dead is considered a variable, we might have had this wrong the whole time. No one ever said that a moon marrow equals a living moon. We just made that assumption. Initiate secondary process. Scan again. This time filtering out interfering perimeter. Moon marrow. I don't care if they're natural or artificial. Why? It says 3 moons still exist into that, even after excluding the moon marrows. But redo the scan. Narrow the results to living moons and real moons. No, scrap that. Narrow it down to moons that have lunar authority and... Why? What is this, Columbina? Has the world lied to us? Or are you the one pulling the wool over our eyes?
So, you think that the moon's reflection might be where Nibelung imprisoned the 3 moon sisters?
Yes, it would explain a lot, such as why that space would respond to a moon goddess's power. Opening the moon gate, it would also explain why Miss Columbina has been unable to leave, and why time flows in reverse.
In the messages she sent, Columbina promised us she'd find a way to return.
The fact that she still has yet to reappear in this world indicates that returning from that place is no easy feat.
So you're saying, if she could return by her own power alone, she would have done so long ago?
Yes. She certainly wouldn't leave it to this late stage when it's so touching. I've been giving this some thought, and I've come to believe that Luana's harm might be an anchor that she left behind, as a sort of future waypoint. This could also explain why Luana's heart is always by the...
Sounds like a plausible theory. The question is...
Hello? Listen up! This is Not only is Columbina alive, but she may well exist in a form unimaginable to us. I'm still unclear on the details, but she's done something truly inconceivable in the past. And the clue to what she's done lies in the moon and Tevat's sky.
Truly amazing.
I'm sure we all feel the same. And I'm sure Columbina...
I'll keep my calculations going and try to find some...
How can the dead moon still live? And Luanatar...
It's...
Our authority is linked to the most fundamental...
I didn't realize that when you said friends, you meant people who live down in Tevat. That's so lovely. I always wanted to go down there and have some...
Have you?
Of course. Between us, we've tried everything.
It's like the center of a whirlpool. Everything ultimately converges here. At the...
In that case, have you tried using any of those pathways that... Sorry?
They're passages through which you can make small-scale changes to reality by using Kuvaki.
Or am I the only one who can use those passages?
Kuvaki?
You don't know? It's a unique kind of elemental energy found only in Nodcry, the land from...
Oh. Well, it's true that the moons first rose up from the part of Tevat you say is called Nodcry, but there is no difference in the elemental energy between there and anywhere else.
What? Could you show us some of this? Okay.
Isn't that just your power?
What? But it's everywhere in Nodcry. In the air, in the land. Even the creatures who live there have adapted to its influence.
How curious. This Kuvaki certainly did not exist anywhere in the world before we were imprisoned.
Let alone influence living creatures. So, how exactly does it affect them anyway? Can they...
This is so strange. Why would their reality differ so much?
Columbina, you're looking for more than...
Yes. If I am to help my friends, I will need trilunar authority on par with that of our foe.
You mean...
This sounds extreme. The Three Moons' powers are not mutually compatible. Concentrating them into one goddess will be a very painful process.
I know.
Even so, let's say we successfully transfer our authority to you. Nibelung constructed this realm specifically to prevent us from using our powers to interfere in his war. No moon goddess can leave this place.
What if I don't leave alive?
Where do we even start? How are we supposed to figure out what we're meant to do to help Columbina?
Columbina?
If she really got to the beginning of time in there, how do you think she'd leave us? You don't think she'd write it?
Columbina may not talk a lot, but...
Let's review what... This is the... She knows, so... If she wanted to tell us something from a long... Oh. Traveler, you once said that those golden ripples... What if Columbina left Luanatar here, not just as an anchor, if she is part of Columbina?
Oh, yeah.
Nefer, wait. If you're right about this, and you can really see past events through Luan...
Oh, I know. It'll surely... But it's our only chance. This...
Boss.
We spoke about this once.
But...
What's wrong? I'd be overjoyed if I were you. This day's come a lot earlier than either of us expected. I need to know you'll honor our agreement.
Yes.
Are you sure you... What is there to think through? I should have gone blind after our battle with Rarier. Frankly, it's almost criminal.
And if...
Oh, please, anything. All right. done. Good. Come on then, little one. Show me what happened in the past.
Between the Trilunar Authority, I think I might know how to get back. Time to go talk it up. I hope it's not too dangerous. You, come on.
It seems you have reached. I'm all ears.
Have you figured it? Tell us.
I intend to die here. In this... What? What are you saying? And how will you inform these future friends of your plans? You can't exactly leave oracles. Nothing can escape this place. And even if you found a way, what if they never find the message you... No. Come again? They will find my message.
I'm not following.
It's quite simple, really. First, I will leave my soul here.
I see it.
Your soul? You mean your divinity?
Yes. I once left a portion of my soul in the future. One so small that this prison barely noticed it. In this very moment, she can resonate with my soul across time. When the time comes, I believe that she can serve as an anchor to pull my soul from here back to the future reality.
Just as gravity can...
I can feel a connection to the soul fragment I left behind even now. But how do you just leave your soul here? On my way here, I met an ordinary mortal who entered her body is long gone, but her soul remained. And before that, I encountered an old enemy whose entire soul survives here intact, while the power that once corrupted his body has faded away.
So, perhaps this space is specifically designed to imprison divinity and authority, but not the...
Still, even if your body can escape, would it not just be a lifeless husk without the soul inside? Wait, is that what you meant when you said you would? Yes. I shall turn my body into moonlight. That power shall protect the land and quietly blend into it, awaiting my soul's return in the future. However, I would need your help to do this.
Oh, dear sister, you need not be so formal. As I said before, we are but remnant. You, on the other hand, were born alone in that distant future, and you have walked a long and lonesome road since then. How could I bear to let your story end here in this dungeon? Don't forget, we are your sisters, your family.
Arya's right. Actually, I've always... Now, I finally get to be the big sis. And not just that, but I get to help you return to your world. So...
Kennen?
I'm sorry. I know this is a bold request. The Frost Moon...
Oh, no, please, I was just... thinking. You cannot imagine how happy I am to hear of the future world you describe. For the three of us, whose purpose in life was to maintain the peace in Teyvat, if your plan can save them, and save not cry. Besides, the three of us have been together since the day we were born. I could never abandon them to live on alone without them.
Kennen...
Still, I do have...
Certainly.
Why do you cover your eyes?
curious about that too. But it seemed...
There was I wished to hide my feelings.
I see. Perhaps that decision saved you from ever having to see the false sky again. But at the same time, promise me this, columbina. I'm sure that you know this, but that is your true... Give me your hand, columbina. Aria, Sonnet...
Okay.
All right.
We once were the song sung for eternity, but now it is you who must continue to sing.
We once were the tides in the great river of time, but now we subside, and you arise.
We were the messengers of madness and inspiration, but now the lies have faded, and your truth must endure.
We are souls awaiting the sun. You must return to be with those who smile when they see your face.
Is it done?
Yes. We have transferred the authority over all 3 moons to Columbina Hyposelenia. From this moment on, she is the Tri-Lune Goddess, the one and only moon goddess of this world.
Thank you. Thank you, my sisters.
Now go, and do what you believe is right, Columbina Hyposelenia.
Be aware that we cannot grant you the power of the 3 moons beyond these prison walls. The conflict that arose over their remains following our disappearance will still take place.
I understand.
Sisters, oh, my body, it feels...
Now that we have given up our power and authority, our bodies are merely mortal shells. This prison is dissolving them as we speak.
It's okay, Sonnet. The end must come for every god, just as it does for every human. That's all this is. The final destination of our lives. Canon and I will be by your side the whole way.
We have one final request, Columbina. Could you use the 3 moons' power to send us back into the real world? Now that we have lost our powers, I doubt this space will seek to hold us further. It's just... we would like to spend our final moments together in the only place we ever called home.
Of course. Gladly. Sonnet?
Yes?
Don't... I wish I could tell her not to give in to the abyss. Not to be afraid. But is this really what I should say at this moment? Don't forget. I'm so glad to have a big sister like you.
No, Hypo... Thank you. I'm okay. I'm not afraid. As long as my sisters are with me, I won't be afraid.
It looks like this is goodbye, sisters.
Goodbye, Columbina.
Take care of this world in our stead.
I will. And now, it's time for me to bid farewell to my body, too. May it become the moonlight that keeps Nodcry company through the long years ahead. So this is why Nodcry was not always home to Kuvaki. It only appeared after I poured my body out upon this land, and only this land. Kuvaki responds to me because it is me, my body, answering the call of my soul. And the golden energy I've encountered on my way here was, in fact, that very soul, which I am about to leave here to guide me. O power Trilune, eternal moonlight. I, Columbina Hyposelenia, lay aside my body. Let it be cast into the dark night to illuminate the future. May it be a companion to all who dwell beneath the moon. Until the time comes for me to return home.
Were we even allowed to see that? Is anyone? Oh, can you still see? How many fingers am I holding up?
I see 2 fingers, and a look of sheer terror on your face.
Truly astounding, Miss Nefer. Your eyes have glimpsed the very ends of the world, and yet they remain as sharp. Or is the credit for this miracle due to Miss Lauma?
Surely you jest. I suspect we have Columbina to thank. She must have realized the immense toll that the ritual would take, and purposely set aside some of her power in the past to protect Nefer's eyes when this moment arrived. There is always a great price to pay for witnessing the truth, but
she chose the perfect method of getting a message to us. Though her eyes were always shut, she was clearly so perceptive. She knows us well. She knew exactly, despite being separated by time and space.
We still don't even know if she's okay right now. But
we'll get you back somehow.
Well, based on the information we now have,
Thanks to these gentlemen, we have a much clearer picture of the situation. The civilian population has been moved to safety.
Miss Androne, how are
So far, so good. I'll keep seeing how far I can push the system, though.
There's still a long road ahead.
Our plan is clear.
There's just never enough time, is there?
All right, we'll do our part too.
Yeah.
Albedo's theory says that elemental energy can dilute the light realm's power, but I'm no expert in building elemental defenses. Sounds like something out of the advanced elemental theory section of the library. Whew.
You seem quite troubled.
Well, yeah. I mean, who doesn't get a little flustered when they're completely out of their depth?
You were the very picture of confidence back when you
Yeah, I could have been faking it through that whole meeting for all you know. Who's to say I'm not just a ball of...
Oh gosh, really?
Still, I was much more in my comfort zone than I am here. At least in Mondstadt, you can cry for help from a cliff top and actually stand a chance of summoning Barbados himself. Things have never looked bleaker than they do now. If we don't pull this off...
Oh, you think so? Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Tevat has faced annihilation many times in the past, but it also gave us you, didn't it?
Hey, don't give me that. It's not like I'm anyone special.
I disagree. Every human born in this world is special. We angels have always believed that.
In that case, this humble human being has a big favor to ask of you.
I thought you might say that.
I'm sure Alice, in her great wisdom, sent you here precisely to help us in this difficult time, yes?
Well, that has less to do with her wisdom, and more to do with my power.
Of course, of course. Well, the thing is, these elemental defenses we're about to build, Durin's findings from his patrols make it clear that Dottore is constantly expanding his territory. First it was his lab, then the design bureau, and now this. It's not realistic to completely stop him encroaching on the rest of Nagkrai. Rather, our goal should be to stall him for as long as possible. If Miss Sandroni's calculations are correct, well, they're the closest thing to certainty we have in this situation, so let's assume they are. Anyway, her calculations suggest that our best hope for victory lies. It's up to us to...
Are you asking me to help you with...
No. When he eventually reaches us, we will have to fight him. You were an angel once and a mage now.
Oh. Can I take it that you're triggering the terms you fought for during our three-way talk?
Well, technically...
You're cashing in on this much sooner than I'd...
Well, yeah. The way things are going?
Very well. The mages have heard the knights. To tell the truth, Alice and I had already...
This is... wow.
It's been many long... Anyway, go now. May the angel's blessing deliver you safely to your destiny.
Hello, my name's Fremine.